Tonight, under the bright lights of Yankee Stadium, the stars are out. You're going to get a chance to see two of the best in the game, Judge and Trout. It's been a series defined by power. Towering home runs, monster shot, thunderous swings.
This is just a bomb.
And two of the game's biggest names delivering on the biggest stage. Aaron Judge and game changers. And so far, they have not disappointed.
Hitters get hot, but when great hitters get hot, Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, they're game changers.
Tonight, it all builds to Game 3, where one moment can flip the whole series. Oh, what a game here in the Bronx! It's a full house in the Bronx, and this is a matchup you won't want to miss. Game 3 of the Yankees and Angels is coming up next on Prime. April 15th is always Jackie Robinson Day. That's what it is here at the stadium as we honor Jack Roosevelt Robinson. Dodger colors with the stirrups, and obviously that number 42 will be prevalent, be worn by every player on the field today as we honor one of the great Americans. And now it is time for baseball as Prime presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Yankees against the Angels in the third game of a four-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. The Yankees and the Angels have split the first two games of this series. Now, Luis Hill tried to get the Yankees an advantage. He gets his second start. First start, mixed bag.
Well, he started the year in the minor leagues, and I'm sure that was a disappointment, but he's up here to stay. He's part of this rotation. Michael, he's an enigma. If he throws the ball over the plate, he's successful. It comes down to keeping runners off base by giving up walks.
And also, he needs that fastball and needs to spot it as well. And one of the guys having to deal with is Mike Trout. The whole Angel offense has been pretty good in these two games, but Mike Trout has been Hall of Fame level Mike Trout. What have they done wrong with him, and what has he done right?
Well, the whole Angel lineup has been good, and there's been a lot of runners on base where you can't really pitch around him. He looks like, to me, he looks breaking ball away, as he did right there, but he can catch up with the fastball. Mike Trout has been one of the better players in all of the league ever since he broke in. Nothing has changed this series.
And one thing that he's always done, he has hit well against the Yankees and at Yankee Stadium. Highest OPS against the Yankees in baseball history. Teddy Ball Games #1, Hank Greenberg, A-Rod, Manny Ramirez, and there's Mike Trout sitting at number 5. 79 years ago, Jack Roosevelt Robinson changed America, not just baseball, breaking the color line. And today, we honor him throughout this game. So stay tuned. Yankees and the Angels coming up next on Prime.
What actually works? I want to understand the choices I'm making. Now I know. Thorn.
This is Fubo. It's your way to watch your local teams all season long. Starting at only $14.99 a month. Plus, you can watch 4 games at once with Multiview. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Kelly.
And we built our TimberTech deck.
There's a question if we were able to do this ourselves. We just decided to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the hardest part of the whole project was just getting the materials out of the truck.
We wanted a product that looked like real wood, but maybe didn't have the same wear and tear as real wood. This is our forever home, so it's great to have TimberTech and have the longevity of the product.
It looks amazing, and now the family can enjoy it for years to come. That's one of the things that we're so excited about.
It's time for Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to flex their superpowers, and they could earn a trip to the national finals at the 2025 World Series presented by Capital One. So go ahead, be the one who powers their dreams, and sign up to host a local Pitch, Hit, and Run event. It's a free and fun way to promote baseball, softball, and your organization. To learn more, go to pitchhitrun.com.
Welcome back to Yankees Baseball on Prime. We are getting closer in the Bronx to first pitch. Game 3 of the 4-game series between the Yankees and the Angels is set to get underway in just a little bit. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Morakovitz coming to you from Monument Park. A life is not important except for the impact it has on other lives. Those are the words of Jackie Robinson. And all throughout Major League Baseball, we are celebrating the life and legacy of Jackie, who on this date, 79 years ago, broke the color barrier.
Thank you, Jackie. Without you breaking the way or setting the way it's special in my career for sure. And I just really respect everything you had to go through to break that barrier.
It's incredible getting a chance to wear 42. I go back and think just about the legacy that Jackie left. I think about the hardships, the tough times he went through, and he continued to show up to work and did his job. It's just amazing to me that, you know, I'll sit here and complain about getting booed every now and then or a call not going my way, but, you know, this guy had everybody coming after him. It didn't matter what was going on. You know, it was tough circumstances at the field and away from the field. And for this guy to continue to be like, to persevere, I'm going to show up every single day, do my job, and just he paved the way for a lot of us to be able to play this game, including myself. So it's you know, you got to take a moment every time we have Jackie Robinson Day and I get to kind of look at that jersey. I put the 42 on. You know, I try to just sit back and just really think about what this truly means and just honor it is.
Thank you, Jackie.
And I think we all share the sentiments of John Carlos Stanton in saying thank you, Jackie. You heard Aaron Judge say all players today are going to be wearing number 42 on their jerseys. Also, there will be a Jackie Robinson patch on the hats. And this is new this year, Michael. Inside the hats, there's actually a picture of Jackie Robinson and essentially what looks like the back of his baseball card, sharing his accomplishments and his stats throughout the course of his career. Michael, we'll send it back up to you.
Thank you, Meredith. What a great initiative by Major League Baseball. I thought Judge's words were so perfect. And for our younger viewers, if you haven't read all the stories, you should, because he didn't just do something for sports, but he did something for this country as well. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup that will face Luis Gil, Neto, Trout, and Kochanowicz at the top, Adele, Moncada, and Peraza in the middle, Lowe, Ohapi, and Frazier the bottom of the order. And they will be facing that man. 11 starts in 2025, 4-1, 3.32 ERA. He made one start. That was on Friday in St. Pete. Lasted just 4 innings. Let's take a look at the scouting report.
Well, you got to sharpen it up. His debut in Tampa on Friday, not his best. 4 innings, 3 runs, 3 walks. You got to throw strikes. I mean, it's always been the case. If he pitches ahead, he has more than enough stuff to be successful. And turn back the clock. 2024 Rookie of the Year, 15-7, 171 strikeouts in 151 innings. It's there. If he's healthy, Luis Gil has an opportunity to be a big part of this rotation.
And he deals a first pitch strike as we are underway here in the Bronx. Swing and miss, 0-2 on Neto. Neto 1 for 9 in the first 2 games of the series. So Yankees getting the table setter out, but the guys after him done a lot of damage. Angels have scored 17 runs in 2 games, 10 of those runs coming via the home run. 7 home runs. Pitch outside. That's a good sign, the 97 miles an hour. If his fastball is around that number, then he's feeling pretty good. That one is clubbed down the left field line. It is a fair ball, and it bounces into the seats. A leadoff double for Neto.
Well, this has been the Angels since they walked into Yankee Stadium a few days ago. They get behind in the count, they fall behind, and then they wait for a mistake, and that's a mistake. A hanging slider ends up bouncing right inside the left field line for a leadoff double, and it's just time and time again, Yankee pitchers have not been able to put the Angels hitters away.
Especially this guy, Mike Trout, 3 home runs in the first 2 games. Neto, big lead off second. High fly ball right field. Judge back. He has room. makes the catch, tagging Neto. Here's the throw, and Neto goes back. Throw comes all the way to third. And he was deep and right there, Paul.
Yeah, he kind of laughing because he kind of threw it a little higher than he wanted because it was not able to be cut. But Neto knows Aaron Judge not only has a good arm, he's extremely accurate. Everything fundamentally is perfect. Stay back, run, catch, go towards your target, and stay on top. A very true throw. Time and time again.
So they retire Trout. Here's Nolan Kochanowicz. Caballero trying to check back Neto.
Neto one stolen base on the year, but you know, now that there's one out, you do have to worry a little bit more that he might possibly try to steal and get to third base.
Now you don't have to worry. He goes to third base on that ground ball, but 2 outs. Take a look at the Yankee defense. We've already seen Judge in right. Grisham's in center. Bellinger is in left after having yesterday off. Go the other way in the infield. McMahon, Caballero, Chisholm, and Rice back at first. Austin Wells behind the plate. Stanton is the DH. There's Joe Adell. 4 for 9 in the first 2 games of the series. And the pitch high.
Well, this is a really good opportunity for Heel to pitch his way out of a leadoff double. When you talk about a confidence builder to walk off this mound, if he can save this run.
Slider misses outside, 2-0. Angels are 9-9, and the Yankees are 9-8.
One guy that you really don't want to give in to, and that ball's a little bit out of the strike zone, got a good swing and a miss, is Adell. He had a good year offensively, hitting .315 coming into the game. I was watching him hit batting practice today, Michael. He hit a couple balls like Aaron Judge hits him. I mean, all the way out in the mid bleachers above the State Farm song. Unbelievable power.
Umpire behind home plate is the crew chief, Lance Barksdale. He's considered hitter friendly, and it's pinned too. He's had 12 calls challenged, just 5 overturned, fewer strikes up and down, fewer inside strikes on lefty batters, and Lance in his 27th big league season. Fly ball, left center, Grisham there, makes the play, and he works around the leadoff double as the Angels strand one and the Yankees come to bat.
Tax withheld, added benefits, just gotta pay myself. Nice. Hi. I'm you, with more gusto. You look so relaxed. Things have been great. My hair's growing back. Yeah. Team's digging a new flow. Team? It's just me. Nope. We hired our first employee. Correction. Team of 4. Correction. Team of 7. Dang. It's beautiful. Grow your business with gusto.
When you're young, you don't just get handed trust. You have to earn it by hand. You listen and ask questions and see the way things have always been, but like never before. You realize time doesn't make something timeless. Standards do. Because if you want your name to last forever, you have to build your legacy one step at a time.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives.
Yankees turn against Jack Kochanowicz. Take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Trent Grisham will lead off. Batting second, first baseman Ben Rice, and Aaron Judge will hit third. Cleaning up, Cody Bellinger. Giancarlo Stanton bats fifth. It's Chisholm in the number 6 hole. And the bottom third of the order, Wells, Caballero, and McMahon. So let's take a look at Kochanowicz and what he's about. His numbers much better than they were last year. This will be his 4th start, 2-0 with a 3.24 ERA.
Yeah, his lifetime number's not great, but he's off and running this year. Good start to the season, 2-0, and he's coming off a great start in Cincinnati. 7 innings, 2 hits, and only gave up 1 run, and he will pitch to contact. 55% ground ball rate, which is 3rd in the American League. Only 12.8% strikeout rate, which is the lowest in the American League. And more soft stuff. He's throwing more change-ups, and he's using a higher angle of his arm, which makes all the sense in the world to me. He's 6'7". The higher you get your release point, the harder it is for a pitcher or a hitter to pick it up.
And the righty deals. And what directly over the top is doing for him is making his changeup better. Because when he dropped his arm a little bit, it's harder to throw the changeup that way. So now he's got that pitch to offset his other pitches as well. And it's worked, Paul, because last year he had a 6.81 ERA. And that was the highest for any major league pitcher who threw 100 or more innings.
Yeah, height is an advantage as a pitcher. I mean, you're so, you know, you talk about the window. Grisham had a little ground ball there, easy first out. But you talk about the little window that you kind of pick up the baseball release point wise, and all of a sudden you throw a guy who's 6'7". It's a totally different way. You shut the other window and try to open up another one, and you're really not used to it.
And the Angels, as a pitching staff, raving about their new pitching coach, the veteran Mike Maddox. Maddox really knows his stuff, and he's had success at a lot of stops in the big leagues. Here's Ben Rice. 1-0.
Yeah, Mark Gubicza, good ex-pitcher in the major leagues, does their television, and you know, he was in here earlier talking about it. You know, he's talked about staying tall. You know, use it as an advantage. I mean, pitchers understand release points can mean a lot.
Nice play by Neto. Took a base hit away from Rice. Take a look at the rest of the Angels defense. Lowe, Trout, and Adele. Just saw Neto. Frazier's the second baseman, so that's your keystone combo. Peraza at third, Shawano at first, Ohapi behind the plate, Moncada the DH.
You know, slow motion when you make a nice play as a middle infielder, it almost looks like ballet out there. Doesn't it? Like, it's perfect.
You know, you mentioned Gubicza, Paul, in some ballet. And he was telling me that you were a 500 hitter lifetime against him. He was a really good pitcher, too.
Yeah, I mean, you knew what you were getting. A really, really good slider and a sinker.
But you know, he wasn't down about it. I said, why? He said, I kept him in the park, man.
Yeah, he said he didn't give up any home runs. I didn't know those numbers, but, you know, he comes in every day. He said, I owe him pizza. I said, well, why do I owe you pizza? You're more than welcome to have a piece. But he said, I gave you bacon your whole career. So you owe me some pizza.
That's Mark on the left and Wayne Randazzo, their play-by-play guy on the right. Really good broadcasting group. 0-2 on Judge. One and two.
We got 6-7 against 6-7, right? Aaron Judge.
Somewhere my daughter's on 6-7.
Yeah.
1-2. Drill deep to right field. Going back Adele. Track. Wall. See ya. Into the judges' chambers. A long home run the other way. And the Yankees lead 1-0.
Sure, he's going to like Jackie Robinson Day from now on and lead off home run in the first inning. But, you know, when you start to see Aaron Judge handle pitches away and just shoot him into the seats like he did right there, you know he's starting to really get locked in. I mean, he has been swinging the bat this series, and it's continuing right there.
Here's Bellinger. That seventh home run for Judge that leads the American League.
Yeah, that just got a little bit too much of the plate. I thought it was on the outside corner, but it was kind of outer half. And you know, Aaron Judge doesn't need to get pull happy. He does not have to pull the baseball to hit it out of the ballpark, and that's so nice to know that. Two-seam fastball just did not have enough movement and had a little too much of home plate. I was going to say number 99, but I guess number 42 took him in the seats.
What an advantage, Paul. This is his 88th career home run in the first inning.
You know, you worry about some guys, their pregame and how they get ready for a game. Well, you don't have to worry about Aaron Judge. His first inning at bats are as good as anybody in the league.
So he only trails Babe Ruth with 126, Mickey Mantle with 103, and he's passed Lou Gehrig and Derek Jeter. And there's a walk to Bellinger. That's going to bring up Giancarlo Stanton.
Michael, you better know the players by face tonight.
Yes, you do.
You can't rely on the number. Huh?
Everybody's wearing 42. And there's a strike. One thing, Paul, and you know this, baseball players are quite superstitious. So Stanton didn't have a great game yesterday, so the red belt's off, the red spikes are off. Fights it off and fouls it off.
So a couple hits last night. We're still sporting the red tires. That's what you're saying?
I would think so.
Yeah. All right.
You know, the cool thing about everybody wearing 42, because when it first started happening, people just wore 42 in the font of their team's colors. But now the 42 they wear, that's the Dodger blue 42.
Yeah, it does have. It's got a different piping or shaping. What do you call that? Piping?
Different color, really. And that's tipped into the glove of O'Hoppe, and that'll do it. But the Yankees take the lead, another leadoff home run. So number 99 hits number 88 for his first inning home run. A long blast right in front of the Chambers. 1-0 Yankees.
Hey, have you heard about this prediction market, Kalshi?
Yeah, lets you trade on anything from sports to culture.
What about UFO sightings?
Yeah, that too. Why? Can't just leave them like that.
9-iron.
If you need a leak fixed but don't know who to hire, you could ask your buddy Eric.
No.
Or you could skip the guesswork with Thumbtack. Upload a photo or voice note, and we'll diagnose your project and match you with the right pro for the job. For your next home project, try Thumbtack. We know homes. Hire the right pro today.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
We go to the second inning. Yoan Moncada will lead off against Louis Seal. Yankees have a 1-0 lead on the Judge home run.
They're hoping Moncada can really get it going offensively. He's swinging the bat pretty good in this series. You know, had a pretty solid year last year. If you break it down, they had 14 home runs, but he only played in like 83 games. He hurt a thumb, then he hurt his knee, so he didn't have a lot of action. So they're hoping that a full season, he can throw up some big numbers offensively.
First two games, 4 for 9. Angels have a little pressure. People on the Angels feeling the pressure. Their new manager Kurt Suzuki, one-year contract. Perry Minasian, the head of baseball operations, 1 year left on his contract. So they know they have to produce in order to stay here. And Minasian and Suzuki tied together. Suzuki worked as an assistant to Minasian in the front office, and then surprisingly got named the manager. Fly ball. Grisham drifts over. One down. Now, Heel's first start, it was against the Rays. We'll take a look at the Arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, the four seam and the sinker, that to me are his bread and butters. I mean, he needs to throw those for strikes. If you want to show a changeup, great, to a lefty. You want to throw sliders off the plate for strikeout pitches, great. But you cannot miss with that slider out over the plate when you have that good of a fastball.
Peraza with a fly ball to right center. Drifting over his Judge, 2 down. And Meredith, you spoke to Luis Heel the other day.
Michael, looking at that first start, one thing he was not particularly pleased with was his command. He had 3 walks in that one. Never really felt like he was in a great rhythm on the mound. He said he went back to the drawing board and kind of tweaked his mechanics a little bit. Nothing major, just fine-tuning it a little bit that he thinks will serve him well tonight. Another thing, he wants to continue to try to be aggressive on the mound. That's one thing Matt Blake talked a lot about prior to that first start, and you noted it, Michael. He'd already seen his fastball at 97 miles an hour. We just saw a 96. On average, that fastball was 95.1 in that first start.
Something Joe Girardi noticed as well. He gave up a home run on a slider and then threw his fastball softer.
I mean, when you start messing around with other pitches, a piece of hitting there, shooting the ball over to the left side, you start messing around with a lot of pitches. I think it takes away from your fastball. I'd love to ask David Cohen this because, you know, you see guys working on cutters or tweaking their two-seamer, and all of a sudden you've lost the gift that you have, and that's the 97, 98 mile an hour fastball, to try to invent other pitches.
Well, the interesting thing about last year, and his numbers were not terrible, but he was so dominant in the first half in 2024, is that I had scouts tell me he's painting out there. He's pitching like he's an artist. He's not overpowering people like he did last year, and maybe the injury scared him off of it. He thought he would re-injure himself, but he was not aggressive last year. He was, again, trying to invent things on the mound.
Yeah, there's certain pitchers that have to pitch perfect, and you know, because they don't have the velocity, they don't have the great stuff. So, you know, they're control pitchers. Well, he was not that type of pitcher. I mean, he's a power pitcher at heart, and that's, you can use a lot of the plate, not just the corners, with that kind of stuff.
1-2 on Logan O'Hoppe. They've held down O'Hoppe 1 for 8 in the first 2 games. This is a 4-game set. Heel has thrown 7 of 8 first pitch strikes. Keeping low close. Two and two. 2 outs, 1 on. Couple of hits for the Angels already, but the Yankees lead 1-0 on the Judge home run. Runner goes. That one's popped up and out of play.
Kochanowicz is going to take a chance with 2 outs. Oh, I'm sorry, Lowe. He's got 1 stolen base on the year, but with 2 outs, you know, you try to get a little better jump, better leads, and give an opportunity the hitter to drive you in from second.
Ground ball, McMahon. And that'll do it. In the second, Angels strand 1. We go to the bottom of the inning. It's 1-0 Yanks.
It's time for Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to flex their superpowers, and they could earn a trip to the national finals at the 2025 World Series presented by Capital One. So go ahead, be the one who powers their dreams, and sign up to host the local Pitch, Hit, and Run event. It's a free and fun way to promote baseball, softball, and your organization. To learn more, go to pitchhitrun.com.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
April 15th marks Jackie Robinson's historic MLB debut. Robinson's courage and determination in the face of adversity is as much an example now as ever before. Join baseball in commemorating Jackie Robinson Day and visit MLBtogether.com/42 to learn more. What a quiet and dignified tribute by Jazz Chisholm to Jackie Robinson. The way he's wearing his pants, loose and blousy, just the way Robinson did. Nice touch by Jazz to do that. He usually wears his uniform quite form-fitting, but not tonight. Chisholm's still looking. He's looking for a swing, hitting 177. He's 1 for 6 in this series. Yeah, waving at some pitches too.
Just thinking at what you were saying earlier about Stanton. You know, if Chisholm has a big night tonight, he might be Jackie Robinson for the rest of the year.
That's how Jackie wore the pants, as you can see. And Jazz lost up right around just below the knee. So 3-0. And a strike from Kochanowicz. And the big righty deals. 3-2. Austin Wells on deck. And that just missed. Good take by Jazz as he leads off with a walk. Wells, 2 hits and 6 at-bats and has 2 walks in this series. In fact, he's reached in 6 of his last 15 plate appearances. Jazz has 6 stolen bases. Tapped in front of the plate. Kochanowicz bobbles, loses the play at second, gets the play at first.
Yeah, one little bobble that just goes to show you how a little extra speed, you know, Jazz runs extremely well. Most players, you bobble it, you still get the out, but not with Jazz. All right, I can't get a handle. I better get an out somewhere.
So here's Caballero.
You see his height, as much as it helps him on his release point, he's very slow to the plate. 6'7", high leg kick. That's why Jazz, I mean, this would not be a bad time to try to steal third base.
Two and 0. And the pitch. 3-0 on Caballero.
Well, case in point, he is really taking a long time, to throw the pitch, to hold Jazz close. He's almost lost the hitter. Caballero with 3-0 right here.
And that's ball 4. That's the 3rd walk so far in the game for Kochanowicz.
Did I read last night? I don't think the Yankees had a walk last night, right? 0 walks. That doesn't happen in the major leagues anymore.
Here's Ryan McMahon. Still looking for his first extra base hit. He has 5 hits and 39 at-bats, hitting 128 to start the season. And the Yankees have a recipe for a double steal out there on the bases. Both Jazz and Caballero each have 6 stolen bases.
I had to take a second look there. You seldom see Aaron Boone with a jersey on, right? But with the Jackie Robinson number 42, everybody.
And a strike to McMahon. Ground ball and a great grab there by Frazier. Turns it into an out and saves a run as the runners move up 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs.
Yeah, you're not going to know how this inning plays out until we look at this at bat. But this saved a run and possibly a big inning. A great play there by Frazier to keep that in the infield and get a huge out. Kochanowicz
moves to his left and down goes Frazier.
Oh. Down goes Frazier. That was Howard Cosell, wasn't it?
Amazing call. It was against George Foreman. And he went down, I think, 6 times.
Should have just stayed down the first time and saved himself.
1-0 on Grisham. The Yankees have runners on 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs. Strike, 1-1.
You came to the ballpark today with that on your mind. Down goes you think, I just hope this guy dives for one.
I did not come to the ballpark thinking that.
Really?
Yeah, I can't even tell you what I was thinking. Going to the ballpark. Line drive. It's a base hit through the left side of the infield. Chisholm scores. Caballero scores. It's a big 2-run single for Trent Grisham, and it's 3-0 Yanks.
Well, Trent Grisham, 5 RBIs off the bench the other night, and a huge hit here. 2-out hits when you're almost out of an inning. Just kill pitchers. Changeup, not a bad pitch. He just goes with it. Anytime you stay with that changeup, you have such a tendency to be out in front and kind of roll it over. He stayed through it, shot it through the left side. That's a big hit for the Yankees.
Ben Rice takes a strike.
See how the bat hits the ball and goes through it. It does not come around it and kind of give up on it. And if you do that with an off-speed pitch away, you're just going to roll it over to second base.
The Yankees up 3-0. One and one. You'd have to admit, Paul, it's a great spot to hit in front of Judge. Oh, they're not walking you.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. But you do these things intentionally to, Ben Rice is swinging the bat as good as anybody on the club all year. And so to have protection where you just can't pitch around him, great opportunity for Rice and the Yankees.
2-2. Well, you see the under-the-hood numbers. They're all excellent. Hard hit rate, tops. 100 percentile. Ground ball. Grabbed by Neto, steps on the bag, and that'll do it. For 2 walks and a hit. It's the Yankees 2 runs and a 3-0 lead.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home, where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
From your favorite team,
the Phillies walked it off,
to the league's biggest stars.
Jaw-dropping stuff from Bobby Witt Jr.
Hey, I know that guy. Great player.
Stay in the know all season long on Play Ball, only on MLB Network.
It's time for How About That, right, Mel? Of course, about Jackie Robinson, first UCLA athlete to earn varsity letters in 4 sports in 1 year: baseball, basketball, football, track. Wow. First Black Network TV sports analyst hired by ABC for the Major League Baseball Game of the Week. That was in '65. And his older brother, Mac Robinson, won the silver in the 200 meters at the 1936 Berlin Olympics, finishing just a smidge right behind Jesse Owens.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some athletes in that family, huh?
Unbelievable. 1-0 on Adam Frazier. High fly ball, right center. Judge back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. See ya. A home run for Frazier. And the Angels are on the board. It's 3-1.
You know, Michael, we were just saying, down goes Frazier. Well, he got off the mat, and he should have. He went deep now.
Now it's downtown goes Frazier.
That's why you get up, right?
It's a pretty long home run for Frazier.
Well, Frazier, they love him as a player. At the bottom of the lineup, just because he makes a ton of contact, he will a few home runs. That ball right there. See Austin Wells reaching for it. Didn't quite make it to the catcher's glove.
Pitch to Neto upstairs.
Boy, everything is in sync there. You see that ball going right off the sweet spot of the bat.
One and one. Neto doubled down the left field line in the first inning. Was stranded at third. Ground ball. Caballero. One away. Now, we told you the Angels are 9-9. Check this out, Paul. They've been 2-2, 3-3, 5-5, 6-6, 7-7, 8-8. The only one they missed was 4-4.
Well, it looks like they're on the way to 81-81 for the year.
Not great.
No, that's not going to get you to the playoffs.
There's a strike to Trout.
Yeah, good spot for a changeup. I don't know if that was Wells' call or he'll feel like he needed to, but you get Mike Trout in a fastball count and you challenge him, you're going to be asking for another baseball.
And Mike Trout down swinging.
Yeah, back-to-back, really good changeup. Great movement down on both of them. I think that Mike Trout does sit off speed with 2 strikes, but off speed meaning a breaking ball. Usually, a lot of times as a hitter, you don't pick up the spin of a changeup as easy as you do a breaking ball. And that's why I always thought it was probably the best 1-2 combo in baseball. It's always been and it always will be the fastball and the changeup.
One 1-0 on Kochanowicz. No, we joked around about them being 81 and 81, right? They've had 10 straight losing seasons. They have not had a winning record since 2015. Nice play by Jazz. Gets up, fires, got it. Put a star next to that one for Jazz Chisholm to end the inning. So Frazier gives him a run, and it's a 3-1 Yankee lead. But Jazz stopped them right there to end the inning.
Dig into some baseball bites that taste so good. Join Lauren Shahadi as the game's top chefs and baseball stars show off some big league eats that hit a home run with fans. Over the Plate, Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field. It's important to get out, volunteer, and make a difference in your community. Volunteer and leave something behind.
Together, we can make a difference.
Together. Together.
Together.
The telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the New York Yankees. 1-0 on Judge. So Judge hit his 7th home run of the year in the first inning, and it was the opposite way. First opposite field home run of the year for him. He's pulled 5 and 1 to center. And that one's pulled and knocked down by Peraza. Fires to first and picked by Kochanowicz to get Judge.
Well, it's never been a question about Peraza's defense. This ball's hit extremely hard from Aaron Judge. He gloved it, didn't quite get it. They got an easy bounce back to his hand and strong enough arm to still get Aaron Judge. It's a quick reaction to bare hand that ball and get rid of it.
Bellinger takes high. Skied the other way. Bellinger walked in the first inning. In this series, 1 for 5. He had yesterday off. Grisham and Rice, who also didn't start, ended up being used as pinch hitters in the game yesterday. And Bellinger had a bat and actually was sniffing the end of it, but he never did get up to the plate. And that one is looped into right center field. It's going to dunk in for a base hit. It gets past Adele. Backing up is Trout, but Bellinger gets the second with a double.
That's hustling out of the box, and a good read. As soon as Cody Bellinger saw that Adele had got by him, he did not hesitate. And again, the play is in front of you as you're running down first base line. As soon as he doesn't come up with it, chances are you can just cruise into second base, which he did. At this point, you're just hoping it falls, and then oh, he got by him too. We talked game one where Adele has really worked on his defense. That's always been kind of a question mark. His power, his offensive numbers, I always felt like we're going to be fine. But defensively, he's been pretty solid this year.
The double by Bellinger, third hit for the Yanks. And they've also drawn 3 walks. So they've had the good old traffic.
We had a little traffic today too, didn't we, Mike?
A bit more than it's been, yeah, a little bit more. Not terrible.
It's one of those words that now that we use it in baseball, it could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Baseball, it's good. Deegan, it's bad.
Deegan is horrible. I know when I get through all the game notes and I'm not even on the Deegan yet, coming from Westchester, it's a bad day of traffic.
Not great. And Stanton strikes out for the second time against Kochanowicz. 2-away.
A high target, then right down the middle. Up with the fastball.
Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr., runner at second, 2 outs. 1-0. Jazz walked in the second, came around to score. We're in the bottom of the third game of a 4-game set between the Yankees and the Angels. Yankees won game 1, Angels won 7-1 last night. Now the Yankees up 3-1 in game 3. One and one. Foul ball.
It's funny if you see what Jazz is doing at the plate, and it's all because of that 0 in the home run column. You really need the ball out over the plate a little bit to really get to the barrel, and unless you're really quick, but the ball inside is the one you think you can pull. And I mean, that ball right there, really the only way you're going to hit it hard is to hammer it foul, which he did, because you're so conscious about the inside part of the plate because you know you can drive that ball out of the ballpark.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Jazz down on strikes. Well, the double is wasted. Bellinger stranded at second. We go to the 4th.
Major League Baseball is back and bigger than ever before.
Pause. I'll take it from here. This is MLB Clubhouse, the YouTube channel where kids run the show, with a spot for every member of your team. Just look at this lineup.
Play ball.
Welcome to MLB Art Club. And this is the dugout. Hey, that's us. Let's see that again. Slide into the home of major fun, MLB Clubhouse. Now on YouTube.
Dig into some baseball bites that taste so good. Join Lauren Shahadi as the game's top chefs and baseball stars show off some big league eats that hit a home run with fans. Over the Plate, Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Sponsored by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of William, who is looking forward to his first game here at the stadium later this season. Hope you have a great time, William, and I hope it's soon. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post your pictures to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees. And you know what? We might spotlight you in a future game like we did Billy. I can call you Billy, right? We know each other.
Do now. You just said his name on the air.
Right. Joe Adell takes outside from Louis Seal as we start inning number 4. Can we try? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Can we tell the fist bump story? All right. So I've known Paul for over 35 years, and he spits out a story as we're sitting together before the game I'd never heard before, and it's life-changing when it comes to baseball. So Paul, please tell us.
You know what? I don't know if I'm the first.
Right.
But I'm telling you, I remember it, and then I saw a lot of people do it. So the first time I got a game-winning hit, right?
Right.
Mattingly headbutts me with the bill of his hat, splits my nose open. I'm like, that's it. So now my hand hurts like 2 weeks later.
Right.
All right. And I hit a home run, and he goes to like slap me high five. Well, my hand's killing me.
Right.
So I tucked my fingers and I gave him a little fist bump. And from then on, Cap and I kind of fist bumped. So now I'm not saying I invented it, but I do remember being like the first one to do it.
I'm saying you invented it right here. He invented the fist bump out of necessity.
And that means if I did it, it happened a long time ago.
Adell swings and misses all these years, and I've never heard you tell that story.
Well, you were talking about something else, and you know that's the way my mind works. It goes back to a story about baseball. I mean, since I've been 12, that's about all I know.
So he had high-fived you, and he hurt you by hitting you so hard, and so you're trying to protect it, and you closed your fist.
And I just closed my fist and gave him a little sissy bump, and then it became like a cool thing.
0-1 on Moncada. One and one. Moncada with a fly ball to center in the second.
I'm sweating over here. You got me nervous, man. I'm telling the stories from the old days.
Love the old days. And a strike. Swing and a miss. Moncada down on strikes. Now, from a great story from Paul, with Peraza coming up, Meredith has an equally great story.
Well, Michael, as we know, he was signed by the Yankees in 2017 out of Venezuela, and he never really reached his full potential in pinstripes. Last night, however, 3 for 3 with a home run and a walk. Aaron Boone told me after the game, he absolutely killed us. He was right in the middle of all of it. Peraza was asked after the game if there were any hard feelings getting traded at the deadline, no longer being a Yankee, and he said, I get it. It's baseball, but it's also business. I'm with the Angels right now, and though a lot of my first memories were here in the Bronx, I'm happy where I'm at right now and every day. Now, we noticed the offense yesterday, something that we never saw consistently when he was with the Yankees. He did say he made a little bit of a tweak this spring where he changed his stance a little bit. That allows him to be a bit more in control of his body. We'll see how that plays out the rest of the season, but he did mention it is nice to be back, nice to see some of his former teammates, but he's very aware he's wearing Angels across his chest right now.
Thank you, Meredith. And remember, there was a battle between Peraza and Volpe.
Mm-hmm.
And Peraza won that battle in spring training, or Volpe won the battle and became the shortstop. And Peraza really never found his stroke ball. We mentioned this yesterday on the broadcast. You saw something there. You liked his swing.
When he came, I'm like, wow, this kid is something. I mean, because you didn't have to worry about his defense. It was all about his offense. And he had crushed a home run, stole a couple bases. I'm like, you're looking at a 30-30 guy that can play infield. I mean, this guy's going to do everything. And it just did not pan out.
Full count on Peraza. He had a fly ball to right in the second. 2 outs on 2 strikeouts. 3 strikeouts on the night for Louis Seal. And Peraza walks. Will Warren, Luis Heel, and Oswald Peraza all out of the Yankee system. Talking about the minor league days, I'm sure.
Talking about the old clubhouse. Much more fun to have a conversation in stadium than it is in AA sitting on a wood bench. You know that?
Well, Volpe last night in his first rehab assignment was at AA Somerset. He's off today, so he was back in the trainer's room, and Aaron Boone said he was smiling and laughing and feeling good. He'll play 2 games in a row starting tomorrow. And it just reminds me of something that Mattingly once told me when, you know, his back gave him problems and he was on the injured list. At that time, it was the disabled list. And he said, there's no worse feeling. And I said, why? He said, you're a non-person. He said, they're still your friends, they still respect you, but if you're not playing and you're injured, you're a non-person.
You're not in the fight. You don't feel the emotion. I mean, you know, until after a little while, though. I mean, you can take a couple days off, fine. But, you know, if you have an extended time, you know, something that you've been doing your whole life taken away from you that you kind of take for granted, all of a sudden you realize how much you miss it.
And he was the captain of the team. And he said, you can't lead when you're not playing. You just can't. He said, again, people respect you, but they look at you differently. Like Paul just said, you're not in the fight. (0-2) on Josh Lowe. Chasing Peraza back.
Yeah, Peraza is really in Hill's head. I mean, you see him really holding the ball. Peraza can run. He's only got 1 stolen base on the year, but in the minor leagues, stole over 30 bases a few times.
Runner goes. Throw is high. Nice grab by Caballero. Keeping it in the infield, but Peraza with the stolen base.
Yeah, a lot to do with that pitch. The changeup, which he has really thrown well the last inning and a half. He's kind of gone away from the slider and trying to get strikeouts with the changeup. A very good pitch, an easy pitch to run on.
Two and two. Foul back to the screen. Each team with 3 hits. Yankees lead 3-1. Home run by Judge. And then a 2-run single by Grisham. And the run for the Angels, a solo home run by Adam Frazier. Of course it's solo. They have 1 run. Count 3-2.
I was going to say that fastball, he really set it up. He threw 3 consecutive changeups low. So, you know, go for the high fastball right under his hands. This one just missed.
Well, Yankees challenge. Presented by T-Mobile, and they get it wrong. Walls thought it was strike 3. Instead, it's now 3-2. So they're down to 1 challenge. Peraza leads off second. Caballero trying to check him back. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Luis Heel. The Angels strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-1 Yankees.
What if feeding your dog fresh whole foods was easy? At Sundays for Dogs, we start with all natural, human-grade ingredients. Then we air dry the food into shelf-stable pieces. Frozen dog food is a costly hassle, but with Sundays, you can give your dog the nutrition they need without waste, prep, or mess. Your dog's food can be healthy and simple. Get 50% off your first order at sundaysfordogs.com.
Why go on Roe? Because 1 in 4 guys.
1 in 4 guys. 1 in 4 guys experience ED.
On Roe, ED feels like no big deal. Connect with a provider to find treatment that could be right for you. 100% online.
Roe designed or curated treatments to make ED feel less stressful. There are options to fit every need, like fast-acting dissolvables or daily gummies. If 1 in 4 guys deal with ED,
then 1 in 4 guys should go on Roe.
Guys, connect with a provider at roe.co to see if you qualify.
Major League Baseball is back and bigger than ever before.
Pause! I'll take it from here. This is MLB Clubhouse, the YouTube channel where kids run the show, with a spot for every member of your team. Just look at this lineup.
Play ball.
Welcome to MLB Art Club. And this is the dugout. Hey, that's us. Let's see that again. Slide into the home of Major Fun, MLB Clubhouse. Now on YouTube.
Start the bottom of the 4th inning. Yankees up by 2, 3-1. We face the bottom of the Yankee order against Jack Kochanowicz. You know, Reed Detmers pitched so well for the Angels last night. Managers always go out of the way and say, you know, pitcher did well. But Boone said, listen, I don't want to take anything away from Detmers, but we have to be better than that. And he shook up the lineup a little bit today. He said he just wanted to get a different feel.
Yeah, I think the thing that frustrates Aaron Boone at times is the inconsistency. You know, you go through a week where you can score at will, and then you go through a week where you don't ever think you're going to score again. And, you know, the Yankees are too good of a team offensively to go through those ups and downs. Sure, you're going to have nights where you just don't swing the bat or you don't score, things don't go well, but you just can't be the best team on earth and then all of a sudden, you know, not score a run in 5 days.
2-0 on Wells. Tap back to the mound in the 2nd. And a strike. And a strike to Wells. 3-2. And he works a walk. So on this date in 1998, the Yankees played the Angels. They played them at Shea Stadium.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because a beam fell out of the top of the upper deck and landed on 2 seats. And thank goodness the park was empty at the time. And they had to check the structural reliability of the ballpark, and they had to move those games to Shea Stadium. And Yankees won the game 6-3. And one of the funny parts of it was that Darryl Strawberry hit a home run. And the people that ran Shea Stadium, you know, the big apple they have?
Yeah, you got half an
apple. Kind of came halfway, and then they put it back down. But you remember that day? You guys dressed here.
Yeah, I remember it well. We dressed, grabbed a bus, and went over to Shea Stadium. What I remember before that was, you know, we had a couple of days canceled, so they played an inter-squad game, right? And when you're in the middle of the season, you don't need an inter-squad game. And Joe Torre called me and said, do you want to play in this? I said no. And he had asked Tino the same thing. So we just sat like where the scouts sit in like the first row and watched the inter-squad game. It was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I've never sat in a seat here.
Then when the ballpark was checked out, you guys came back to play here. But there were still people that were somewhat wary about coming back to the ballpark after a beam had fallen. And that game, George Steinbrenner sat in the stands on the seats where the beam fell so that it was okay. And he watched the game from there. And here's Strawberry's home run at that game in Shea Stadium. And the Apple said, let's go back down.
Just showed the New York City skyline and said, see you later. Boy, did you see the people in the stands? They had winter coats on. A little different day than we're having today.
Frazier to Neto to first, and they double up Caballero.
So let's go back, Michael. It's Jackie Robinson. I was just reading the story. So he breaks in Montreal, which is AAA for Brooklyn. Right? Yeah. Hits a home run. His first, his first game. It's a 3-run homer. Rounds the bases. Now you have the handshake of the century. Kind of nickname was George Shotgun Shuba. Who was that? A guy from Ohio that met him at the plate was actually on deck to meet him at the plate and gave him the handshake at home.
Imagine that was a big deal.
Oh, it's amazing. Kind of get goosebumps thinking about it, right?
One inside. McMahon jackknifes out of the way. And there he is wearing the Montreal jersey. Boy, that picture says it all. He was no longer kept out. 2-2. McMahon robbed of an RBI single on a nice diving play by Frazier at second. That was in the second inning. Now, when you're struggling, those are the kind of plays that happen. Skied left field, low, in the corner, low, makes the play, and that'll do it here in the fourth. Jackie Robinson with his teammates with the Dodgers. The man changed the game and had a lot to do with changing the world.
These Don pants from Fabletics are a hole-in-one for only $19. They have 4-way stretch to move with your swing, pockets to hold your scorecard, and tees. Look and play like a pro in the Fabletics Don pant for only $19.
Finished my chores. Ready for my allowance.
Greenlight is way better than how I got paid for chores. Mowing all those lawns really paid off. That was not radical.
Bring your family into the financial future.
You've got to try the softest sneaker ever. Hands-free, cozy fit Skechers slip-ins. Sneakers that are as soft and comfy as your favorite slippers. Just step in and go with no bending down or touching. Wrap your feet in hands-free, cozy fit Skechers slip-ins.
Hey, I'm at the game. And we should always use Game Time for tickets. They're dropping cool features like zone deals and price drop alerts so we can go to more games and shows. Finally, a ticketing app that actually gives a download the app today.
Adding throwing creatine has definitely helped me with how I perform on the court. I feel like I have a lot of endurance throughout the 82-game season, and I'm making those split-second decisions with a clear mind and a clear vision. It seems like the game slows down with Thorne.
This is Fubo. It's your way to watch your local teams all season long. Starting at only $14.99 a month. Plus, you can watch 4 games at once with Multiview. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Series, Yogi did not like the call, and to his last day on earth, he would always say he was out.
Think that'd be under review this day and age?
I guess it would be, yeah.
Yogi, I said many times I've seen a picture he signed of that picture, and he signed it underneath "you're out." Yeah. He was out.
1-0 on O'Hoppe as he starts off the 5th, and that one is clubbed to left field. No chance for Bellinger. See ya. A long home run into the bleachers for O'Hoppe, and now it's 3-2 Yankees.
Again, we've talked about it's about location. Sure, you can't question the pitch. It's a fastball, but it's up middle, which you know, it's going to get hit hard. If you want to ball on the ground, you sink the ball. Four-seamers, corners, but you know, out over the plate, up. I don't care how hard you throw. Major league hitters will catch up to it. I mean, just right down the middle of the plate, upper part of the strike zone.
You know, we've told this story before. You know, you hit a home run in the big leagues, it feels great all the time. Imagine hitting a home run in the stadium where you fell in love with the game.
Yeah, we saw that picture the other night, Michael, and believe me, you take it for granted. Oh, it's a great photo of him catching the ball. He barehanded that with no glove across his body and then had to chuck it back onto the field because it obviously wasn't a Yankee home run.
And, you know, everything comes around, so that ball goes into the left field bleachers, and somebody threw the ball back. just like O'Hoppe did all those years ago. O'Hoppe's family is at the game today. And that's strike 3 as the ball is tipped into the glove of Wells.
The difference on the location, same pitch, four-seam fastball, but down kind of inner half and just ticked. But you know, it's something you have to adjust to because it's not right down the middle of the plate.
Neto takes the ball, 1-0. Neto 1 for 2. There's something in his eye. So you played with Bernie.
Oh, yeah.
He did that a lot. How many times was it real?
You know what? I think he did it. The first time possibly it was real, and he saw that he could get a timeout, so he would do it all the time. Get a little extra time.
Saw yesterday, Bernie tweeted out that he was playing with Hootie and the Blowfish.
Darius Rucker, huh? Yeah. Played golf with him one time.
Big sports fan, right?
Yeah, huge sports fan.
The Dolphins make him cry.
I was going to say, he referenced a lot of sports, even in his songs.
And a strike to Neto. Dolphins make a lot of fans cry.
Batter is challenging a strike call.
Neto's going to challenge that. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And he gets it right. So that swings the count from 2-1 to 3-0. And that's ball 4.
You know, Mike, in the pregame, you were asking, you know, what have they done wrong? And because Mike Trout's had some great swings, some big home runs, and this is what you don't want to do is put people ahead of him where, you know, you really can't pitch around him. And that walk has done that.
1 on, 1 out. Trout 0 for 2 tonight. Driven out to right field and deep. Going back, Judge. Trap. Wall. See ya. Trout's done it again. His 4th home run of the series. A 2-run shot. And the Angels take the lead 4-3.
Well, he's shown in this series he can catch up to the fastball and he can hit the breaking ball as well. But again, by putting a runner ahead of him on base, as a hitter, you know that they're coming after you. And you talk about people that Mike Trout has people here too.
Now with mom and dad. What a series for Trout.
Wow.
6th home run, now has 15 runs batted in. Pitch upstairs, so 3 home runs allowed tonight by Louis Seal.
You know, if you come to a Yankee game, obviously you want the Yankees to win. You're a Yankee fan, but baseball's a better sport when Mike Trout is healthy, and he's the real Mike Trout. I mean, he has been one of the greatest players of his generation, and what an opportunity for Yankee fans to see him in action in this series.
Brent Hedrick is up. And a strike. Kochanowicz was about to toss the bat away. Thought it was ball 4, but did not challenge. Angels have 2 challenges remaining. Yankees 1. Good change up there in the count 3-2.
Yeah, you know, you almost wonder if he could have gone to the changeup with Trout, because he looked like he was sitting fastball all the way. But since the 2nd inning, where he got a couple strikeouts with a changeup, that's been his best off-speed pitch. The slider has not been real sharp today.
Soft ground ball, second base. Chisholm. 2 down.
Well, the 4-seamer, and again, you're going to see just middle. And Mike Trout just too good of a hitter to try to get away in a hitter's count with a man on first base with a fastball right down the middle. Such a compact and just strength. I mean, he is so strong. We talked last night. I mean, he's built like a football player, and he has strength, and he's able to drive the ball the other way and pull.
Joe Adell fouls it off. So the Yankees, after 2 innings, they were leading 3-0. But the Angels get a run in the 3rd, now 3 here in the 5th, and the Angels lead by 1, 4-3.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. I told you I couldn't believe some of the bombs that he was hitting.
Let's watch the parents. This is what you do when your son hits a home run. Hit sharply. Wow. Nice play by Caballero. Sets and fires. He gets Adell. Beautiful play by the Yankee shortstop. But the Angels get 3. We're halfway through. They're up.
All right. So that's 1 pair of glasses.
Yep.
With prescription lenses. Plus anti-reflective lens coating.
Oh.
Scratch-resistant coating.
Did I choose?
UV protection. Award-winning customer service.
That's me.
That's also me. Free returns, free exchanges, and free frame adjustments for life.
And how much more is that?
Oh, it's all included at Warby Parker.
So my glasses
are still just $95.
Oh.
Surprise! I just get excited.
Hey, have you heard about this prediction market, Kalshi?
Yeah, lets you trade on anything from sports to culture.
What about UFO sightings?
Yeah, that too. Why? Can't just leave him like that.
9-iron.
As a parent, your plate is usually full long before dinner time rolls around. That's why Home Chef's family menu is making it easier than ever to sit down and eat together. Delicious 4-serving meals packed with family-friendly flavors are just the delivery away. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and simple recipe steps save you time and money while making it easy to sit down for a family meal everyone will love. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner, 1 meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
Next Wednesday to take on the Red Sox. Don't miss a minute of Yankees coverage beginning at 6, only on Prime. I think the game will be from Fenway Park. Jackie Robinson Museum. Jack Curry did a great piece on that on Yes. Just a wonderful, wonderful place. So much to see, so much to learn about the life and times of Jack Roosevelt Robinson. Grisham leads off. Swings at the first pitch. Shallow fly ball to left. Lowe's there. Lowe puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Mike, I need to ask you, and you were talking about the story about, we played that game in Shea Stadium, but when they redid this Yankee Stadium, they played in Shea, was it 1 or 2 years?
They played in Shea 73 and 74.
Yeah. Now, you were a Yankee fan. Did you make it to Shea Stadium to see games during that time?
I did.
Nice.
I did. So I lived in the Bronx, and you would take the Q44 bus, which would take you over the Whitestone Bridge, and you'd get off in the Shea Stadium stop.
And that's the old days where your parents, hey, you're taking a bus over to Shea, and then we'll see you later? Yeah, great.
As long as I had a couple buddies, they didn't want me to go alone. Well, it's funny you mention that because today's the anniversary of the second iteration of Yankee Stadium opening up. April 15th, 1976. And the Yankees beat the Twins that day. First home run ever hit in the game was by Disco Dan Ford of the Twins. Rudy May started for the Yankees. 2 away.
What, the Disco Dan Ford? I don't know that I know that.
That was his nickname.
I know Disco Duck.
No, this was Disco Dan. This was so expected. I remember that sign like it was yesterday. And the Yankees had gone to the World Series, or they went to the World Series that year. 75, the Red Sox went, and the Yankees went to the World Series the first year of the stadium and lost to the Reds. That one's popped up by Judge. Kochanowicz makes the play.
All right, well, as we go to break, Michael, look back at that ticket. Things have changed. It was $5.50 to get in the game.
That was a good seat.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by Amazon. Saturdays 12:30 Eastern on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
It would be a real pleasure if Mr. Rickey could have been here with us today, but to the members of the family, my entire love and gratitude for the things that he's done over the years. And I also want to say how pleased I am that my family can be here this afternoon, and to thank baseball for the tremendous opportunities that it has presented to me, and also for this thrilling afternoon. I'm extremely proud and pleased to be here this afternoon, but must admit I'm going to be tremendously more pleased and more proud when I look at that third base coaching line one day and see a black face managing in baseball. Thank you very much.
That was Jackie Robinson's last public appearance before Game 2 of the 1972 World Series. That was in Cincinnati, and Jackie passed away 9 days after that appearance. New pitcher for the Yankees, Tim Hill. And there's some symmetry that he makes that speech and says about having a black manager in a dugout one day. It turned out to be Frank Robinson for the Indians. And it was in Cincinnati that he was heckled just terribly and got death threats. And there's a famous photo, and also it was featured in the movie 42, where Pee Wee Reese put his arm around Jackie Robinson. And in the movie, I don't know if it's apocryphal or if it actually happened, he said, "Today we're all number 42. And Pee Wee Reese was from Kentucky, and a lot of his friends were upset that he did that, but he felt it was more important to do that. Strike to Peraza. Off the glove of Hill, caroms out to Caballero, and he'll get Peraza. Well, Tim Hill does come in as the Yankees make the call to the bullpen, brought to you by Taco Bell.
Well, Tim Hill does what he usually does. Comes out of the bullpen, gets a couple ground balls. That one ricocheted, luckily, to the shortstop, Caballero. It would have been a base hit.
And Peraza has good speed, so it all had to be handled quickly, and they certainly did that. Lowe tries to bunt. Right back to Hill. That's a Tim Hill inning right there. Doing what Tim Hill does. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Yankees down by 1.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
Time All-Star, Olympic gold medalist, NBA champion, and architect of championship dynasties, this documentary becomes both eulogy and reckoning, an examination of the man behind the logo. Jerry West, the logo, premieres tomorrow, April 16th, only on Prime. That I'm watching.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing, because the more I read about his career, it wasn't all happy times.
Oh.
I mean, he had some problems, but what an unbelievable player.
And he, by the way, I'm sure they'll cover this in the documentary, very uncomfortable being the logo.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he felt very uncomfortable about it. And when there was talk about the NBA maybe changing the logo, he was all for it.
Huh.
Fernando Cruz warming up. 0-1 on Bellinger. They say the MLB logo, which is behind home plate right now, is actually Harmon Killebrew.
Yeah, Harmon Killebrew from the Twins.
But the brilliance of that logo, if you take a look at it, Paul. Grounded to first, diving stop by Kochanowicz. And he flips to Kochanowicz, and they get Bellinger, although Bellinger is pointing to the dugout, thinking he might have been safe. Let's see if the Yankees challenge.
Well, he's walking back to first base like he knows he's safe, but they said no. Anaheim on paper coming into this series, oh, he just barely got the base. That's what he was thinking about. And coming into this series, I mean, one of their glaring weaknesses was their defense. And, you know, they have made some plays this series.
And if you see the logo right there, Paul, that batter, now Harmon Killebrew was right-handed batter, but that could be a left-handed batter too.
Yeah, I just looked at it. I'm like, that's Harmon Killebrew. I get it, but he looks like he's hitting left-handed. Like, wow. It's like that the famous paintings, and I never understood this. How, you know, you go and see somebody really, you know, a great artist, and the picture, you move around the room and the thing's still looking at you. It's like, wait a minute, your eyes can't move. You're stationary.
You go to the Louvre, Miss Lisa looks at you wherever you go. Grounded, foul.
That's Mona Lisa.
I don't know her that well.
Yeah.
Tough night for Stanton against Kochanowicz. He strikes out for the third time.
They had Kochanowicz on the ropes early, but he's, you know, with the lead, seems to really be settling down. And again, that's a changeup from that high release point. You get enough motion or movement down.
Yankees down 4-3. 3 home runs for the Angels. A 2-run shot by Trout. Jazz still sitting at no home runs. Has a big cut there, swings through, 0-1. Crowd of 41,019. Announced crowd here at Yankee Stadium on this Wednesday evening.
I took a walk this afternoon with my wife, and it felt like summer up. I mean, it was, what, mid-80s today.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
You were lying to me then when you were texting me with these fur coats and stuff, huh?
It wasn't a fur coat. Let's get that right. It was a snorkel coat.
Snorkel?
You know, the big hood with the fake fur around it.
Oh, so there was a little fur on it. So.
Fake fur. Angels with 5 hits, Yankees with 3. Home run by Judge, 2-run single by Grisham. That's their scoring. They're up 3-0 after 2.
You know, I was just looking down, you know, the ball girls, the ball boys down there every night. And they're sitting on a bucket where they put the ball. And thank goodness for the nets. Because if they were catching balls and there was no net there, the fans would be over there trying to get every single baseball. But there's
some
no
of them
chance.
in danger, too.
Yeah.
Yankees go down in order against Kochanowicz. We go to the 7th.
From your favorite team, the Phillies walked it off, to the league's biggest stars.
Jaw-dropping stuff from Bobby Witt Jr.
Hey, I know that guy. Great player.
Stay in the know all season long on Play Ball, only on MLB Network.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Yankees hockey jersey night back for 2026. Come out to Yankee Stadium this Friday, April 17th, when the Yankees take on the Royals. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Yankees hockey jersey, courtesy of StubHub. Tickets going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Our colleague, Joe Girardi, has strongly suggested to me that he wants one of those.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I do get a lot of texts from friends that on giveaways, and that's probably the top one, I got to say.
Logan O'Hoppe takes a pitch outside from the new Yankee pitcher, Fernando Cruz. O'Hoppe with a home run, his first of the year in the 5th inning.
Well, you have 2 kids, so I usually give the giveaways. I give mine to you because, you know, I know what it's like to walk in with one present with 2 kids. So I'm going to have to leave you hanging because I'm going to have to keep it for Girardi.
And also your grandchildren.
Well, they're a little big.
Okay.
That jersey's a little big for my tribe at this point.
2-0. You know, you mentioned the price of the ticket we showed for the opening of Yankee Stadium, the second Yankee Stadium, and that was in 1976. And don't ask me how, Paul, but I think I actually had my parents drive me to the stadium, and I went to the advanced ticket window, and I had a ticket to that game. Last row of the upper deck, $1.50.
$1.50.
And that was like, I mean, I was going to go to the new Yankee Stadium. It was so incredibly anticipated. But the biggest deal was check swing, slow roller, going to be a tough play. Jazz Chisholm makes it. They talked about the whole time it was being built. They were having a video board in center field that actually showed replays. There's a Loge box, 550, right? And that's all I wanted to see. I could, because the old scoreboards, they have numbers,
right,
and the team's names. And I remember I came in on the left field side, and I kept craning my neck to see the scoreboard in center field, and it said, "Welcome to the new Yankee Stadium." And that's all it said the entire day. It was broken.
That's awesome. That's funny.
Fly ball, center field. They retire Frazier.
Remember the first big screen televisions and everybody?
Goodness.
You had to get a crane to get it out of the house. It was like,
and it was as deep as it was wide.
You needed a whole block of a wall taken out.
And you'd have to open it up and change tubes. No more. And the cool part about that day, throwing out the first pitch was Bob Shalke, who threw the first pitch in the original Yankee Stadium.
You got more stories tonight than anybody.
That's a day that sticks with me because it was such a big deal. And I can't believe it was 50 years ago. Brian Hoke, who covers the Yankees for MLB.com, had a story today about the old Yankee Stadium being open.
The catcher's challenging the ball call.
They're going to challenge this ball call. So another challenge by Wells, powered by T-Mobile, and he's right.
Call is overturned. Right.
After the stadium opened in the next day's Daily News, right? Remember Phil Pepe?
Yeah.
He wrote sarcastically, perhaps they will bring back Dick Tidrow to throw out the first ball if they've remodeled Yankee Stadium 2 into Yankee Stadium 3 in the year 2026 at a cost of several billion. He was only a couple of years off. So he will reach first base. You don't want to do that on an 0-2 count, 1-2 count.
Yeah, I mean, this is a split finger, and it just got away from him. See, it just slipped out of his hand. And, if you're going to get hit right there in the buttocks with a split finger.
Still leave a mark. So the tale of the tape by the 2 heavyweights, 2 guys going to the Hall of Fame, 2 guys with 3 MVPs, 2 guys with Rookie of the Years, 2 guys with the identical career batting average of .293. They've both done quite well in this series. The first game, they both hit 2 home runs, and today they both have a home run. And greatness, I'm sure, admires greatness. So they realize what they are and what the other one is.
Yeah, and I would assume that, you know, you see Aaron Judge get off to a good start, hit a home run, and then you see Trout hit one, and all of a sudden it does become a little competition just because you're the big names in the game today.
Well, let's take a look at the home runs for those guys at the Spectrum Exit Velo. So today, Judge was 105.7 and Trout 102.8. Here's Trout, 4 home runs in the series. That's why the hit by pitch on Neto was so huge. You mentioned this in the 5th inning. They walked Neto, and then all of a sudden you got Trout coming up with a man on base.
And I can remember Trout's at bat against Cruz in Game 1, where he really did not even offer it to split finger. Cruz could not control it. So, you know, this is a different day, obviously. So that's a good sign to get ahead where, you know, that split finger, you can get a swing and a miss outside the strike zone. Very hard to get to that pitch if you can't get ahead.
One and one on Trout. Now 1-2. Now, what do you think, Paul? He sits fastball. You think with 2 strikes he sits off speed?
I think he sits off speed. He's so quick inside that he doesn't worry about that pitch. Most players have to guard inside, but he is so quick that he can kind of sit off speed away.
Hits that one sharply and past diving Caballero. He really stung that ball. Neto going to third, and he's out. A good throw by Bellinger, a good tag by McMahon. The play was right in front of Neto, and he decided to go to third.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger made a great throw right on the target. Mike Trout, we were talking about sitting off speed, and I think the Yankees thought the same thing, but he catches up to the fastball. Neto down with a great throw from Cody Bellinger.
No runs a hit, no errors, and just one man left because Neto gets thrown out to the delight of Fernando Cruz. At the end of 6.5, time for the 7th inning stretch. Angels lead the Yankees by 1, but we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx. But let's wait for that because the Angels are they're not going to challenge, but they are going to challenge. So they're going to challenge the call at third base.
Michael, the replay we saw looked pretty obvious. Maybe not from that angle, but you can't really tell. Oh, his hand's off the bat.
And that's what McMahon's pointing at. So maybe the initial tag does not get him. Well, I think that might have got him too. He got him on the chest.
I think he was out twice. Neto yelling, he pushed me off. You know, a swipe tag. It didn't look like McMahon intentionally. He kind of just held the glove too.
You see Neto trying to sell that he pushed him off.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. Los Angeles will lose their challenge.
All right, so the Angels lose a challenge, and we will stay right where we are as they honor America. We honor America here in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Specialist Peter Reed from Toms River, New Jersey, who served in Operation Iraqi Freedom. The Yankees say thank you, Peter, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies,
All right, fans, it's stretch time, so please join in and sing along as Yankee Stadium organist Paul Cartier plays.
Major League Baseball is back and bigger than ever before.
Pause! I'll take it from here. This is MLB Clubhouse, the YouTube channel where kids run the show, with a spot for every member of your team. Just look at this lineup.
Play ball.
Welcome to MLB Art Club. And this is the dugout. Hey, that's us. Let's see that again. Slide into the home of major fun, MLB Clubhouse. Now on YouTube.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play!
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch, late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
Better than one superstar on Broadway. Well, how about two? Mike Trout and Aaron Judge together for this series. Total of 6 MVPs between the two of them. And what's better than showing them? Having them show themselves. They have put on an absolute clinic on power hitting baseball over these 3 games. Wells leads off and fouls the ball away against Kochanowicz. Now time for the 7th inning recap, brought to you by Car Shield. 4-6-0 for the Angels, 3-3-0 for the Yanks. Kochanowicz has pitched 6, still in there. Trout, the 2-run home run, gave the Angels the lead. Perfect bunt by Wells. Wow, he could add a double on that, but he stops at first with a single.
You just got to keep it in the grass, because if it gets off the grass to the corner on the dirt, it's got enough spin to roll foul. This was absolutely done perfectly.
They're thinking maybe I should do that. Couple of lefties.
Well, with that shift, you can take plenty of time. It's not like you really got to get out of the box. If you make the proper bunt, you can walk to first base. But a nice job. Down 1 run. Good thinking. Good changeup. You can see he's almost leaving because of it's an off-speed pitch. And the old torpedo bat, it can bunt too.
Just perfect. Perfectly executed. A long mound visit by the pitching coach, Mike Maddox.
You know, Michael, this is the 7th inning stretch, and we just sat down from God Bless America. And the reason I say that is there's a lot of stories out there that Gene Autry, who was the founder of the Angels, the singing cowboy, back in, what, 1961, I think, was the first guy that really pushed for God Bless America to be part of a baseball game, and now it's a staple.
Here's Caballero, and Wells goes. Neto thought about going to second, but because Wells was going, he makes it. They make the out at first, and the runner moves into scoring position.
Yeah, that to me possibly a hit and run, because Wells is off, looks back, Caballero puts it in play. But by being in motion, you know, you stay out of the double play, and Wells now at second base.
Well, it's George Steinbrenner who made it a staple on the 7th inning stretch every single game.
Right.
The Yankees are the only team to do that. Every other team does it on Sundays. The Yankees do it every day. Ryan McMahon swings and misses. 92 pitches for Kochanowicz. Angels lead 4-3. We're in the bottom of the 7th. McMahon looking for his first big Yankee moment in 2026. Strike.
Well, I might have to tip my hat on that one. That ball was kind of up and in. And I guess he felt like it was a strike.
1-2. Two and 2 on McMahon. Number 9 batter. On deck is Trent Grisham. Kochanowicz gave up 2 runs in the second after giving up the solo home run to Judge in the first, and like he could unravel on him, but he collected himself. He's held the Yankees down since then. Fouled away. Last time up, McMahon hit it into the corner in left field. It drove low to the warning track, so he did drive the ball. Just didn't find grass or seats. Two. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Dialed it up to 97. And the crowd showing its displeasure.
Well, you look at McMahon, and you know things have got to get better, but I would love to see, to tell you the truth, how he kind of grips the bat, because sometimes I feel like his top hand is really not part of his swing, and I think he needs to really get that top hand over the ball where he's straight to the baseball. We're going to figure this out over the break, Michael, and we're going to come back and fix it.
All right. We go to the lefty to face Grisham when we come back.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
It's time for Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to flex their superpowers, and they could earn a trip to the national finals at the 2025 World Series presented by Capital One. So go ahead, be the one who powers their dreams, and sign up to host a local Pitch, Hit, and Run event. It's a free and fun way to promote baseball, softball, and your organization. To learn more, go to pitchhitrun.com.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It's important to get out,
volunteer, and make a difference in your community.
At Yankee, this is considered easy. 295, 1,660 hits, 267 stolen bases.
I think I know this one.
I think I know it too. They're starting off easy this year. Let's see, by the All-Star break, there'll be 15s.
Off the charts.
So the Yankees counter the Angels bringing in a left-hander, Drew Pomeranz, by sending up Paul Goldschmidt to pinch hit for Trent Grisham.
Well, Goldschmidt's such a weapon against lefty. Pomeranz has had a great comeback, but he off to a tough start this year, but solid inning the other night against the Yankees.
I'm sure that this is not going to please Grisham, who certainly doesn't consider himself a platoon player.
Yeah.
But Goldschmidt's strength and the reason he's on this team, he's one of the top hitters last year against left-handed pitching. So this is when they could send Goldschmidt up to the plate, know he's going to face a lefty. Line drive, and it's caught by Frazier. Goldschmidt hit it right on the screws, but Frazier went up to get it, and that'll do it for the inning. No runs a hit, and one man left on base. We go to the 8th inning. Angels 4, and the Yankees 3.
never considered myself an alcoholic, but drinking affected my job, health, and relationships. A powerful medication helped me take back control. Now I no longer feel the urge to drink, and the same pill that helped me could help you. Text TV5 to 710-710 to learn more.
These Dawn pants from Fabletics are a hole-in-one for only $19. They have four-way stretch to move with your swing, pockets to hold your scorecard, and tees. Look and play like a pro in the Fabletics Dawn pant for only $19.
All right, so that's one pair of glasses.
Yep.
With prescription lenses, plus anti-reflective lens coating.
Oh.
Scratch-resistant coating.
Did I choose?
UV protection. Award-winning customer service.
That's me.
That's also me. Free returns, free exchanges, and free frame adjustments for life.
And how much more is that?
Oh, it's all included at Warby Parker.
So my glasses
are still just $95.
Oh.
Surprise! I just get excited.
If you need your TV mounted but don't know who to hire, you could ask your Uncle Jeff if he knows anyone.
How's my favorite nephew?
Oh, Jeff. Hey, who installed your TV?
I can text you her number if you like. Works.
Or another angle to consider, you could go with Thumbtack. We'll match you with a top-rated local pro with the help of our AI-powered search. For your next home project, try Thumbtack. We know homes. Hire the right pro today.
The 8th inning. And Paul, you noticed something with Goldschmidt's grip, right?
It's what I was noticing about McMahon, what I think. Now, you see his index finger. That's loaded to use your top hand. That's the way I always used to remind myself I want to stay on top of the ball, right to the ball. I think McMahon has got the ball kind of back in the palm of his hand. So watch, that top hand is really underneath the baseball. And it just does, it makes for a longer swing. Now, a long swing, Aaron Judge is fine because he uses his bottom hand to drive the ball out of the ballpark. But I think McMahon, if he kind of gets that top hand more in the swing, it's going to be much quicker to the baseball. And when I was thinking that, and then I saw Goldschmidt on deck in that position, it brought back so many memories of just hitting one-handed batting practice and stuff, just to remind yourself to get your top hand in the swing.
Kochanowicz gets a base hit against the new Yankee pitcher, Brent Hedrick. That's his first hit of the series. Really funny moment in the Daily Manager's pregame press conference today with Aaron Boone, and Boone was talking about Hedrick. And he kept pausing, and you knew who he was talking about, but he said, what's his first name, man?
I have those moments a couple times a day.
And so Jack Curry goes, and we all looked at him, he goes, well, that's not what I call him. and Jack asked him, well, what do you call him? He goes, call him Head. So Jason Zilla goes, it's Brent. But, you know, there's so many nicknames in baseball, sometimes you don't know the guy's first name. And he also revealed, Paul, that the other nickname that the team has for Hedrick is Grande Manos. He has huge hands, supposedly. Grande Manos.
There you go.
Two and two on Adele. Now, you can see missing from the lineup today is Jorge Soler.
Yeah.
Who's been damaging for them. Now, he was suspended 7 games for his altercation against the Braves. He appealed it, and they heard the appeal, and they cut the suspension down to 4, but he begins serving it today. So the Angels are playing a man down. He must have made a compelling argument to have it drop from 7 to 4.
Yeah, usually when you appeal something, you know, you might get a game or two, but you know, at 7 to 4, that's a pretty good deal.
So the Angels only have 3 players on the bench, not 4. Playing with 25, not 26. Wow. That one is blistered into the seats. Hope everybody's okay. It was over the screen, so I was able to get into the seats. Now, today's Jackie Robinson Day, and Joe Adele actually visited the Jackie Robinson Museum. And he He was interviewed on MLB Network, and he said it was beautiful. It's important for players to know about the past. Ground ball, McMahon. There's one. On the first. It's a double play. Around the horn, 5-4-3.
Well, and a big double play, too. I mean, you're running out of outs, and you're still down a run. So, leadoff single. Adele's been really good lately. You got a nice double play tailor-made.
Tap slowly off the bat of Moncada. Hedrick Fields flips to Rice. Good inning for the Yankee left-hander. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Angels 4, Yankees 3.
My paycheck was just deposited into my Greenlight account.
Greenlight is so convenient. You know, we had to use a vacuum tube.
Where is it going?
Bring your family into the financial future.
Here at Allegiance, we feel like American flags should be made in America.
When we started Allegiance, we were shocked to learn how many American flags were actually being made overseas.
Every flag we make is proudly crafted in the USA with superior materials.
Join us in our mission to keep the American flag truly American.
Visit showallegiance.com to order your high-quality American flag today. That's showallegiance.com.
Hey, I'm at the game. And we should always use Game Time for tickets. They're dropping cool features like zone deals and price drop alerts so we can go to more games and shows. Finally, a ticketing app that actually gives a Download the app today.
It's time for Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to flex their superpowers, and they could earn a trip to the national finals at the 2025 World Series presented by Capital One. So go ahead, be the one who powers their dreams, and sign up to host a local Pitch, Hit, and Run event. It's a free and fun way to promote baseball, softball, and your organization. To learn more, go to pitchhitrun.com.
Yankees' upcoming schedule brought to you by Booking.com. One more game against the Angels. Note the start time, 1:35 tomorrow. That'll be on Yes. Then the Kansas City Royals come to town. All 3 games on Yes. Then the Yankees hit the road, Boston, Houston, and then they visit the Texas Rangers. So Pomeranz stays in. And Ben Rice leads off. Rice, Judge, and Bellinger here in the 8th. Yankees down by 1. Hit shortly and backhanded by Neto. Fires the first. 1 down. Here's Judge, homered in the first inning. 88th time he's done that. A first inning home run. Oh, Hoppy used some hops to get that. 3-0. And there's a strike. trying to tie it right there. 3-2. Yankees have Bednar up in the bullpen.
You don't see Aaron Judge call timeout very often, but he took such a big swing. He had to try to reboot a little bit.
High pop-up. Kochanowicz, foul territory near the stands, and it comes back for him, and he makes the play to retire Judge. The NWSL on Prime is back next Friday, April 24th. Trinity Rodman and the Washington Spirit take on Kemwa Chawinga and the Kansas City Current in a can't-miss matchup at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's only on Prime. Bellinger pops it up. Peraza. Quite an inning for Pomeranz, the heart of the Yankee order, and he gets them 1, 2, 3. We go to the ninth.
What if you could have shades like these for a fraction of big brand prices? With Shady Rays, you can. We're an independent company, so we do things differently. We offer high-quality polarized shades for a reasonable price, and we personally replace shades that get lost or broken. So far, we've racked up over 300,000 five-star reviews. I founded Shady Rays so that we could have sunglasses that stand up to whatever life throws at us. Order now and get 20% off site-wide at shadyrays.com.
Taxes withheld, added benefits, just gotta pay myself. Nice. Hi. I'm you, with more gusto. You look so relaxed. Things have been great. My hair's growing back. Yeah. Team's taking a new flow. Team? It's just me. Nope. We hired our first employee. Correction. Team of 4. Correction. Team of 7. Dang. It's beautiful. Grow your business with gusto.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
Name that Yankee. So here are the clues. Paul, you said you know this?
I think I know it. I could be wrong. I think it's Mick the Quick, isn't it? Mickey Rivers.
You are correct. Big part of the Yankees' 77 and 78 championship teams came from the Angels. And he could do it all. Blindingly fast speed. Ran the bases beautifully. Really good center fielder as well. And just a character on that ball club. Mickey Rivers. David Bednar comes in. There's a ground ball grabbed by Caballero. Fires to first. And they got him. A beautiful play to get Peraza on both ends. A stretch by Rice, but a great play by Caballero.
Well, these big plays to start the inning off are big now because the Yankees still trying to catch the Angels down a run. You don't want to give up here in the ninth. What a big out.
Here's low. Now, Mickey Rivers had a reputation keeping everybody loose.
Yeah.
See this on the super shot. And when the Yankees got Goose Gossage, signed him as a free agent during the offseason after 77, he started 78 and really struggled. I mean, got hit hard all the time. And back in those days, the Yankee relief pitchers would come in a bullpen. It was a Datsun, which is now the forerunner to Nissan, and it had pinstripes and the Yankee top hat logo. And they were bringing Gossage, and Mickey Rivers was out in center field and threw himself on the hood of the car. He said, "Don't have him come in."
Yeah, he was originally drafted by the Orioles. And in '75, Mickey Rivers set the Angels single season record with 70 stolen bases.
Wow. And down goes low. I mean, what a shrewd trade for the Yankees. So the Yankees traded probably the most popular Yankee, other than Thurman. That was Bobby Mercer. And they traded him to the Giants for Bobby Bonds. And Bonds played 1 year with the Yankees. And then they turned around and traded Bobby Bonds to the Angels for Mickey Rivers and Ed Figueroa, two guys instrumental in the 2 Yankee championships. There's the strike to O'Hoppe. Jordan Romano didn't have much luck closing it out the other night. Looks like they're going to bring him in.
I was almost wondering, as easy as Pomeranz got through that inning, if he might just roll the dice with him, because you know, once you got Stanton leading off. Obviously, that's not a great matchup, but then you've got Chisholm and Wells, 2 lefties. So it looks like the closer is Romano, even though he had the tough night. You're going to give him the ball again.
Good inning for Bednar. Retires the Angels in order. Can the Yankees rally against Romano? They did on Monday. We'll see if they can do it on Wednesday.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by Amazon. Saturdays 12:30 Eastern on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, tomorrow afternoon on Yes, the Yankees and the Angels play the series finale here in the Bronx. Coverage begins at 1 with the FanDuel pregame. That first pitch is scheduled for shortly after 1:30 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Well, the Angels had a 2-run lead coming into the bottom of the 9th inning on Monday. They brought in Jordan Romano. He gave up a 2-run home run to Grisham to tie the game. Then Caballero doubled, and then the walk-off wild pitch. That was after 5 hitless games and going 4 for 4 in his previous save chances. This is a reclamation project for Mike Maddox, and before Monday's game it was working out, but he is the closer, so you go to the closer even if he blows a game.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing you can do is get him back out there and get some confidence, but to also, it's a 4-3 game with Stanton at the plate.
Stanton has struck out 3 times tonight. The shot of Romano, when Grisham hit the home run, told the story. He put both of his hands on his head, and he wasn't challenging the pitch. He just couldn't believe that he had given up the lead. Two 2-0. They tighten up the defense. Teodosio is in left field for Lowe. Away, 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 and the count 3-0. In his career, 2 blown saves against the Yankees, plus a couple of losses in tie games in 2023.
I'm sure Gritchis is over in the dugout getting loose, because if Stanton gets on.
Well, they will probably go to Rosario.
Right.
3-2. Teodosio on the run and leaps and makes the play. Oh, they put him in for defense, and it paid off immediately.
It's all about speed, getting this ball, and he's got it. We talked about his elite speed, and Stanton hammered this ball, just did not elevate it enough. A tremendous catch. Bottom of the ninth, you got something going here. You just don't understand how little time you have chasing a Stanton line drive. Romano
He just saved Romano's bacon. Here's Jazz. And not only was that speed, Paul, but I mean, there were hops there. He showed athleticism to jump and make that play.
Yeah, he's, I mean, speed, playing deep, no doubles, just everything against Stanton, because that ball was hammered.
1-1.
Well, off the bat, you think, you know, this ball's out of the ballpark off Stanton, and then it had a little top spin to keep it in the park. But
107.5 off the bat to no avail. 1-2 as he swings over the slider.
You talk about a good pitch to hit. A hanging slider on the inner half. And it looked like it fooled him enough where he kind of overswung underneath the ball.
Popped up. And it drops. Peraza and Neto looking at each other, and it drops. As Jazz Chisholm Jr. will reach. Miscommunication at the wrong time.
Yeah, this is a huge break for the Yankees. Jazz about halfway to second, elected to stay at first. Now he has the opportunity to steal if he wants, but obviously just a gimme. But it looks like Neto wanted it early, then Peraza, you know, didn't know where he was, and next thing there was no communication. But you know, the shortstop is the captain here, the center field and the outfield. This ball has to be caught.
So you have one superb defensive play, and then you pull a rock on a pop-up that would have been out number 2, and now obviously Jazz Chisholm Jr. is a threat to go, and it scored a hit. O'Hoppe has thrown out 4 of 19 attempted base stealers, so just a bit over 21%.
Yeah, we've all done it, Michael. You pop up, you just don't sprint to first base. You just think it's another out, and you know, you got caught in the middle of the baseline, but it's just human nature.
And drops a slider in for a strike to Austin Wells. Wells 1 for 2 with a walk, reached on a perfect bunt down the third base line. That was in the 7th. So he's up now as the winning run. Chisholm is the tying run at first. There he goes. Throw to second. 7 stolen bases of the year for Jazz Chisholm, and now he's in scoring position.
Yeah, easily in there. I mean, he had a good pitch to throw on, too. It's just Jazz got a great jump, and you know about his speed. He just beats the baseball to second base. Well, closers a lot of the time are slow to the plate, power pitchers, and Romano no different.
Now, would he dare go to third? Now, you see Peraza playing well off the line for the lefty, swinging well. So, O'Hoppe would have to hit Peraza on the run to try to get Jazz. And you say, well, why steal? With 1 out, it gives you a huge advantage. Makes you pull in the infield, and then you can score on an out or a fly ball.
You got to be really sure, obviously, but right now with a left-handed hitter up there, O'Hoppe has a clear view, does not have to throw around a right-handed hitter. So the old days you were taught not to try to steal with a left-hander at the plate.
Three and 2.
This ball right here, probably out of the strike zone, but Romano going with that slider. He went with a lot of them to Jazz also.
And Wells calls time. Nail-biting time here in the Bronx in front of a crowd of over 40,000. Yankees had a 3-0 lead after 2. 4 unanswered run by the Angels, and they're up 4-3, bottom of the ninth. Run on second, 1 out. 3-2. And he walked. So now the winning run will be on first.
Yeah, I don't know that that's even a good thing for the Yankees. I mean, they're questioning the call, but it looked like it was down and in.
And in the 9th inning, you might as well try, and that's what they did. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and the call confirmed by Lance Barksdale.
You know, Caballero has been swinging the bat much better, but that was a good matchup for Wells. Romano had missed with some sliders against Jazz. And by him walking, obviously took the bat out of his hand.
Rosario comes out on deck to pinch hit for McMahon. Caballero's at the plate. Strike. Keeps throwing sliders.
I'm very surprised that that wasn't reviewed. Caballero's not shy about tapping his helmet. That ball looked like it was kind of down and away. Here we go again. He likes to make eye contact with the pitcher. He's called it every single game this series, Michael.
Misses with the fastball. The old inside move. Jazz leads off second, Wells off first. Another good slider, and the count 1-2. Time called. Now an interesting choice by Boone. If Caballero doesn't walk it off, he is, as we mentioned, going to go to Rosario pinch hitting for McMahon. So he's going to send righty-righty instead of leaving the lefty McMahon to hit. Runners go. Fouled away. They probably had it stolen.
Yeah, that's very smart by Jazz. He had been just motionless out there the whole at bat, and then boom, let's just take a chance. Austin Wells had a good read. He was right behind him, so you weren't going to be able to throw behind Jazz.
Sam Bachman is up for the Angels in their bullpen. Runners go again. Line into left center field. It's a base hit. That'll tie the score. Wells rounding third. They're sending him home. Here he comes. Here's the throw. He's safe. And the Yankees walk it off. And they win 5-4. Caballero comes through. And base running gets the Yankees the victory.
Well, before we go crazy, Michael, they are going to review this, but again, in motion. That's the only reason Wells gets an opportunity to score here. This is a big win. All started with an infield fly ball that was not caught by Jazz Chisholm.
An aggressive send by Luis Rojas, and the play was close. The throw didn't come directly home. They never thought he was going to be sent.
Yeah, for, you know, second, first and second at base nice hit. It didn't get to the wall, you're thinking, but let's see. It looked like he got in there. Let's
and he
go
did.
home, Michael. He's safe.
They just show it on the big board. The crowd reacts. And for the second time this series, Romano blows the save. The Yankees come back in the bottom of the 9th inning. And they win this one 5-4.
Call on the field stands. The runner is safe.
And so that's just confirmed by Lance Barksdale. It was this close at the plate. But with the runners going, Paul, that allowed Wells to be able to score.
Well, the ball was just up the right field line enough for Wells, but you've got to really credit Wells and Jazz to be in motion, to have the guts to be in motion, and he absolutely scored on a ball in the gap that did not get to the wall. Great win. Exciting baseball, Michael, here in April.
So they held a 1-run yesterday, but this time the Yankees get the 5 and the 2 in the 9th that they needed. And Caballero with the big base hit sends it to left center field. And the throw by Neto, just a bit up the first baseline, probably cost him the play.
No doubt about it. Ball's up there. Catcher has to reach back. But, you know, when you're struggling, and the Yankees have been struggling, you need wins like this. You need breaks like this. Jazz Chisholm, an infield fly ball, drops. The Yankees take it and take it home for a win.
And let's take it downstairs to Meredith Marakovitz, who's down on the field with the hero, Jose Caballero.
Thank you, Michael. Jose, how's that for drama? I just saw you give Austin Wells a big hug. Any doubt in your mind that he was safe at home plate?
No doubt in my mind. He was hustling, and he paid off, you know.
How much do you like being up in those situations with the game on the line?
I love it. That's the moments I want to be in, and God bless me today again.
Take me through your approach against Romano there with runners on first and second.
You know, he's a great guy. He's a great pitcher. He's been great for quite a bit, and I was just looking for something up and trying to avoid chasing down. That's all, and I could deliver.
You faced him in game 1 of this series. You doubled off of him. How much did seeing him just a couple days ago help you throughout that at-bat?
It definitely helped me because I don't have many at-bats.
Come on, that feels good, right?
Oh, that feels great. Woo! Wow, I needed that. It was kind of hot out here. Oh, I love it.
Hey, earlier in that inning, it looked like there was a second out. When the ball drops in between Neto and Peraza, did you feel the tide kind of turn a little bit for you guys? Did you get some more energy there?
When things get rolling to our side, we are dangerous.
And what is it about this team? It seems like you guys come on oftentimes so strong late in the game.
You know, when it's out there, we have a chance.
Well, Jose, congratulations. I'll let you go try off.
Thank you, man.
Michael, we'll send it back up to you.
All right, thank you, Meredith. Let's take a look at this swing, Paul, that gave the Yankees the victory. Caballero sends it into left center field.
Well, a huge at bat. I mean, here he is against a right-handed power closer, and he puts it into left field gap. Runners in motion. Exciting way to win a game.
Well, that was scored a single, a walk-off 2-run single as the Yankees win 5-4. It took 2 hours and 23 minutes, so a quick one. Bednar with that great ninth gets the win. Romano his second loss in 3 days. Trout had another home run. Judge had a home run. Caballero with the big game winner. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Jared Ames Boschnack. Don't forget to join us again next Wednesday when the Yankees head up to Fenway Park for a matchup against the Boston Red Sox. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. on Prime with first pitch coming just after 6:30. For more coverage of tonight's game, just tune into the Yes Network for the W.B. Mason postgame show. Again, the final score in walk-off fashion, bottom of the ninth, the Yankees beat the Angels by a score of 5-4. From Paul O'Neill and Meredith Marakovitz, I'm Michael K. saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. The Yankees walk it off and win to the delight of everyone. Have a good night, everybody. So long.